Hello out there in Rando Land. I am Neon Tiger, and welcome to yet another match here as we wrap up our group stage in the 2023 Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament. I'm joined by the always wonderful Karaoke. How you doing?
I am doing quite well today. How about you?
Doing quite well. So as we talked about, this is a very important match today, actually, between these two, between prieR and Flipheal in Group Z. It's an open hard seed, but more importantly, this is a win and in match for both of these runners. So pressure's on.
Yeah, there's been a lot of these win and in situations, either to, prevent a tiebreaker or just not have one at all, and it's all up in the air there as we enter these group stages, because this group stage has been tough for everyone, I think.
Yeah, there's been some good groups. This is even a good group. It's Magnet Hands, Flipheal, prieR, and Thelane, which is an absolutely stacked group. And in fact, Thelane is going to be on the outside looking in as far as advancing the brackets, 2 and 4. Flipheal's 3 and 2, prieR's 2 and 3. The difference here, the reason this is winning in, is because prieR has the tiebreaker in a win, which would be head-to-head, to be 2-0 over Flipheal. And in the event that Flipheal wins, as Rick has wonderfully posted in our chat here, we're getting going, but Flipheal wins, they are the number 1 seed. And we've got prieR going from Link's house and Flipheal coming out of Sanctuary. So definitely like an immediate divergence here for both runners.
Oh yeah, definitely, with prieR going the quote-unquote standard route of heading into the castle escape sequence first, hoping to clear that area out and find something useful. Something useful right there.
Indeed, full magic pots is the tree pole for Flipheal. I'm going to check the Agalage here. And 10 arrows on Uncle, so Uncle's not very helpful.
Oh, Flipheal, that was like 2 pixels.
I love that our runners can do that. They can just like look at 2 pixels on the bottom of an item and be like, yep, I know what that is.
I'm pretty sure the study material these days for Rando involves like a mystery picture all zoomed in, reversed pixels, and be like, what is this item? And that's the hidden strat to get into groups these days.
Okay. Ooh, mirror. Nice find there for Flipheal. And our chat is a wonderful chat, which has some fellow rando runners in there. It's telling us this piece of heart, so thank you so much. Ooh. Looks like pendant at Tower of Hera and I think Eastern Palace.
Flipheal, just shaving seconds off their time, knows how important this race is, not even picking up that piece of heart on the inside the forest ledge there.
prieR's going to get the mirror here in a second. Looks like both runners have kind of settled on the Kakariko route here. So also as a Kakariko, get all these early checks and then probably wrap down, maybe check library, and then do the race game and see if that's worthwhile.
Of course, we never know, depending on what gets found in some of these early dense checks, that some of those less dense early on checks might be skipped for later to wrap in with Dark World tours or the like. But all depends on if Kakariko is Stackariko or Sleeperiko today.
That's a good point. So far, looking pretty sleepy. Yeah, just pieces of heart and rupees so far. At least some blindside. We'll see what's in the well here. prieR going and giving us another piece of heart. Oh my goodness. Very healthy seed. There's a sword. That's helpful. Shovel. That's helpful. Yeah.
Shovel good for just wrapping your way around the south side there.
Right.
Get that out of the way.
Yeah, so difference here is that prieR didn't have any bombs. Is going to try and maybe dig up one here, but Flipheal had 6. There we go. Let's see what's back here. Just another piece of heart. Boy, it's the healthiest state I think I've seen in a very long time. And prieR's just kind of farming here, trying to get some more bombs, probably. So if Flip wins, is there a tiebreaker with Magnet or Flip ahead? Flip will be ahead, I believe. I believe Flip will have head-to-head.
Oh, all that bomb farming and that first one missed to get into the backside there.
Yeah, both runners playing to make the brackets.
Yeah, this is a tournament open hard race. Ooh, 8 bombs in that run. But
Ooh.
we're gonna be seeing a lot of pieces of heart scattered about here.
Yeah, and it's both a bad thing early on, but it's also kind of a good thing depending on what your strategy is, because not necessarily that you'll find you want the health. The health isn't too bad, especially if you have to go Dark World early, but every piece of heart that gets pulled out of the chest is another piece of heart that's not going to be in a dungeon chest or a future check. So it starts to thin the pool out a little bit here, and you're probably going to eventually run into something that you need. Was Glove on Uncle? Glove was in the chest right before Uncle, so great area for that.
So boots are required eventually.
Yep, that's a fire rod. I was trying to figure out which rod it was, but good call there from Phantom, seeing it as fire rod library. Ooh.
Not the shoes we might have been looking for right now, but appreciated nonetheless.
And we get Crystal there, Desert Palace. So that is the 3rd Light World dungeon. So now we know all 3. So yeah, we're seeing those save and quits. Probably go back to Uncle's house, and actually prieR is going sink. So could this be a back of escape check? Yep. So we pick up heart from that, and the bottle's going to be the kind of the bigger item of those 3, because that will simply get us a kid check.
Yeah, whenever they decide to go back over into Kakariko, I can see them holding on to that until we get something like Flute. Lump those 2 things in together.
Yeah, a lot of movement as far as when to go check items is really important to having a good run. Just as much as reading the seed, being able to kind of get these checks done one after another, as prieR is going to do dam check while Flipheal actually decided to go do escape. Again, we're just kind of seeing those pieces of heart all over the place here at the start.
Mini Moldworm Cave. Going to be easier than other times it's been seen, because we do have a sword. Although, prieR designed to use bombs to speed things up a little bit, less walking time. Good aim today.
Yeah, those mini Moldorms can be very tough if you don't have a lot of items. There's the other one. There's the other footwear. There's the boot.
That is some good timing. I know some runners might not necessarily like heading over to Ice Rod Cave very early on without boots, just because it takes a little bit longer, but having boots kind of incentivizes going over there and then maybe setting up other stuff from there.
Yep, so we got both pieces of footwear. We got the booty on the right foot and the flipper on the left foot. Don't ask how Link walks in those. I don't know how. It's a video game. But Flipheal is going to go check the back of Escape now. You know, prieR is going to Ice Rod Cave. I kind of wonder here. I think Flipheal is going to go, yep, Dark Cross. So we'll get this additional check while prieR sets up the fake flipper. Nice,
having not dug up the actual flippers just yet, having to do it this way.
Nicely executed. Ooh. There's a sword.
That's a potentially easy sword for later, depending on what we run into later.
Yep. Depending on also when we get Dark World access and potentially if we need it. Oh, okay.
What was that about Dark World?
Well, that appears to be the case here. So yeah, actually, a lot of these things are pretty... A lot of these early checks that we're seeing are actually leading to a lot of logic. prieR has kind of done a little bit of a sequence break, but Flipheal will actually be doing it probably in the intended route. Just a Zora Ledge check there for prieR. Not going to actually go talk to the big fish yet. Doesn't have enough money to do so anyways, but interesting choice there to go all the way up and check that. I guess with the flippers in play, probably thinking that well, actually doesn't know that flippers are in play, but with the flippers in play, that would kind of possibly be in logic. He's about to get those flips anyways. And is actually not going to go ahead. Looks like the original intention was to go up and get the fire rod.
Yeah, someone pointed out in chat as well. They're probably going to... Why not, since you're going this way? Stop over, you got that shovel. Because you're going to get the fire rod. And I guess maybe also possibly continue into Kakariko and get that bottle kid check.
Yeah, you might as well. You're up here. You got the boots. You can make it pretty quick. Do wonder if this is going to be like an early Dark World dive at some point from prieR.
I almost forgot to check bottle kid.
little too quick there. Ran right past the house. Just bombs, but a little peace of mind as well. Okay, what's in the back of the hospital's house? Ether, 10 arrows, and some bombs. Ether could be important. We do know.
Be important.
Yeah, we're not going to find out Green Pendant quite yet. We know it's in the Dark World, but not going to bother to check Sahasrara and do all the tech stuff right away. Flipheal's got Pearl now, so away we go.
So early Eastern dip here from prieR. Kind of, I've seen this commonly go on where there's not too much else completely open on the path of known progression, so why not just go into the easiest dungeon? There's a little bit of sequence breaking, so don't have the lamp here, and just kind of clear out its items, see if it's going to be asking you to do... Well, not even a double dip in this case, because it is a pendant, so who knows if we'll actually need to come back here later, depending on what items we all find in the front part here.
That's certainly a possibility. I'm going to take the long way around. That's the big key.
Oh yeah, so Flipheal, if you didn't catch it, did a Houlihan on the from the graveyard, and got the 200 rupees from there, and then picking up the extra 300 in the waterfall cave there. Unfortunately, only getting a red one back from that poor investment, and it's gone.
Yep. Bad exchange rate there.
Oh ho! Bonk Rock's paying off. Got our glove upgrade.
Very nice. We're seeing a little bit different dark rooms here. prieR going through the Eastern Dark Room, and Flipheal is just like, screw that, I'm going up to Mountain.
Yeah, a little bit more sequence breaking on that side there, since we can't see. But these two dark rooms are pretty much the first ones you're going to be learning once you start learning medium level strategy. I can't even call these ones advanced strategies anymore because they're so common to be able to do dark rooms these days. Medium level strategies to navigate slightly out of logic.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be that people who could do the pod maze in the dark was like, oh, okay, that's a rare thing. Now it's like almost like standard that you basically like, okay, I gotta figure out, I gotta know what the maze layout is before I go ahead and go in there. I can do it without the lamp. So prieR's going to do escape now. Well, Flipheal is going to go back and do some of the checks we saw a little bit earlier. We did see that the last item before the Armrose Knights boss for Eastern Palace was the map. So I think there is an item on Armrose Knights, but we cannot quite beat them yet. At least not easily. And we may not need to. So presumably, if we're looking for Desert Palace access, we're looking flutes or book as what we'd be looking for to get in there right now. At least within what we know is available. And Flipheal is going to go Dark World.
We're at our 5-6 on Thieves Town and Skullwoods, and our Green Pendant down at Misery Mire, And every time we do Dark World map check, I always look Turtle Rock, Crystal, and it is this time.
Yeah, sometimes it's really hard because sometimes the runners can check really quickly before we can. So they look at it for 2 seconds, like, I'm good.
Yeah, like they do like one blink of the item and like, oh, I can recognize everything. I see all, and then I'm over here. I have the restream, like this actual speed gaming stream on one monitor, and the live stream for the call on the other monitor, so I can check the slightly later one if I miss something.
That's actually a really smart idea. There you go, commentators. A little bit of inside baseball there.
And then for everything else, there's chat. Thank you, chat.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, chat does a wonderful job helping us out as well. Sometimes you can't quite catch something even with all these techniques. And have our wonderful trackers as well. So Pichu doing a wonderful tracking job today. The team effort. But yeah, Flipheal going into the Skull Woods here. One of the early crystals, the red crystals, and probably one of the early crystals that you can get to. I think prieR is probably going to go in as well. Might choose to do Thieves Town. We'll see. But with that fire rod, I think Skull Woods is a solid choice here.
Yeah, definitely so. Even with just like going based on maybe the seed is pointing me in that direction by giving me a fire rod and a sword so early, versus Thieves Town, which you can orphan an item in because no hammer.
That's a valid point. And really, it's kind of A, B, C, D is a good rule of thumb. Always be clearing dungeons.
Beautiful rule.
Might have stolen that one a little bit from Glen Ross, but that's fine. I modified it and made it my own. Anyways, nothing really big here. prieR taking, I believe, a Death Warp. Flipheal is on the Mothula fight. Fire Rod should help out quite a bit.
That was clean for a Fighter Sword Mothula.
Oh yeah, very nicely done.
21 minutes in and our first crystal down.
Yeah, Moth is actually probably one of the trickier, especially when you're starting out, is one of the trickier fights just because of the moving floor.
Yeah, as people have been saying recently, the boss isn't the moth in the room, it's the floor.
It is. The floor and the spikes is really what the boss is. The moth is just kind of there just to distract you a little bit.
With one of the modes this tournament being a boss shuffle, depending on what other boss lands in there or where moth lands elsewhere, you kind of really see the the simplicity of the moth itself, and that the floor actually is the boss.
Right. Interesting thing in that those boss shuffle modes is if Mothula is not in there, the spikes don't move. I believe. I think they stay. The floor will move, but the spikes do not come out of the walls. At least from what I've seen. It's still a tricky fight, yeah. But now prieR is going to tackle it.
Yeah, going in with a lot of bit less magic, I think, than Flipheal. So only able to get one shot versus Flipheal's 3 or so fire rod shots. So you're going to have to resort to a lot more sword swipes and spins.
Yeah, the part that gets tricky here is that there's no set pattern to how the spikes move. It's not as if they move in a certain pattern and you can just kind of float around them and know how to maneuver. They kind of move a little bit at random, and then Mothula as well moves a little bit at random.
Yeah,
so it's not a blind fight.
Yeah, while blind is on a script, Mothula is improv.
Right. I like that. And nicely done there by prieR. Now Flipheal checking King's Tomb. And it's kind of funny that for that fight for Mothula, the successful item drop when you beat the boss is, hey, here's your magic back. Thanks. Big hundo and C-shaped house.
Our first village outcast look here, and we'll see if this leads into a full, well, almost full Thieves Town clear on Flipheal side. And presumably prieR as well. I feel like prieR is going to also head in the same direction once Skullwoods is completely cleared out here.
And we're just picking up those pieces of hearts and rupees all over the place. Ooh, Quake. This is that's a good first item. Could be useful.
I'm assuming Thieves Town has just been kind of sleeper so far.
Pretty sleeper. We've had Quake Medallion show up, and that's about it.
Okay, that could be useful. Put in the back pocket for later.
Yeah, it's a maybe. Flipheal is going to go do all of the checks here except for possibly big chest. That may not be needed. It may be just a small key in there. We'll see how the layout goes. It does have a small key, so it might actually be an item.
Getting a little bullied by the grasshoppers there, dropping the bomb early. So both fishes today had money in their guts. prieR just not happy with the 300 there, just gonna leave it. Don't need it at all.
And he's going to be even more upset here in a little bit when it comes out that yeah, this is a bad exchange rate. Alright. Blind fight coming up here on Flipheal side. I believe prieR is probably coming down to Thieves Town as well. What pun do we get today? A bread joke? It'll be half-baked.
Well, let's hope that Flipheal can rise to the occasion and do a quick blind fight here. Just like the recipe goes.
These puns are killing me.
I mean, I just do what I can.
Oh, that's a good one. Anyways, Flipheal is out of Thieves Town with pendant. Actually, that's going to be the other red pendant. So, bomb is now available for Pyramid Tree.
That's a super early Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, but first, we're going to dig a bunch of stuff up and see if we can find anything useful here. Ooh, it's big 50. We're going to skip that. So actually we do have that information for you for people who are asking, what is this music? It is, Psycon 3. I believe Pixcalibur is correct on that. So as on prieR's side that we're hearing. And Flipheal now taking the chest. Get the little bit of a daisy chain here.
Yeah, at this point there isn't really a clear direction.
Ooh,
All right.
Okay, that helps.
Yeah, that really helps. I was going to say there really isn't a clear direction on where to go at this point without starting to do the dangerous double dips.
Yep.
But hookshot's gonna be quite helpful.
Yeah, that'll help get us in the right direction.
As does that sword being, I guess, right in the path versus having to make a pit stop over on the island. We'll see if the runners will make that now, because they do know that the tempered sword is going to be on the island there.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll see if they run into another sword along the way, then that island sword will just turn into some rupees.
Yeah. It'll become rupees. But yeah, we might see someone die for it here if it's the third sword that they can get to. Oh boy, Hype Cave. What do we got? Money, flute. Okay, yep, that's 10 out of 10.
Ooh. Oh, wait, 12 out of 10.
Yep. Flute and hammer. This is additional check access cave. Yeah, that is a big ol' hype there. It's gonna open up a lot.
That's just, Swamp Palace package right there. Between all the three items, all those three important items that we just found, that's just, hey, here's your luggage to Swamp Palace. I believe my cat agrees with me on that. He is screaming.
Yeah, mine is not. She's asleep, so she likes to scream when she's hungry, though. But yeah, cat talk aside, get both runners going into Swamp Palace here. Has very astute observation, Carrie, about noting that these are the items that you probably would need to do a full clear. So, going to be super interesting to see where each of these runners go. As far as Does somebody decide to go left side, do left check, or are they going to be a gamble and go straight back? Yeah, we've got missing items. Possibly a medallion, depending on what we need for Turtle Rock and for Meyer. We do need Cane of Samaria, both for Meyer and for Turtle Rock, so that will be a required item. Ice Rod will be needed for Trinex. Do need a bow as well. There's quite a few things possibly still on the table. Where was Ether? It was in the back of Sahasrarla's hut, which prieR's been to. Flipheal has not yet, I believe.
prieR having a little bit more trouble with the water. Let's diver down. The trick there than Flipheal did. So Flipheal pulling a little bit ahead in progression in the dungeon.
They're both kind of in the same area right now, doing the same things. But one thing I would say, as far as the difference between where they're at game-wise, Flipheal doesn't have Ether, but does have an extra crystal right now. So 2-to-1 advantage there. We're going to see another diver down, presumably right here on the prieR side of things. Of course, getting the mushroom as well. That will add another check possibility. Nicely done. And got it. Nice job with the bomb set up for the diver down there. Obviously, we don't have the cane, so we can't do the Cane of Samaria setup. Ooh. There we go.
You'll touch that block a little bit too lightly to push it.
Gotta push it a little bit harder.
Alright, so a little bit of annoying of an Argus fight here. prieR going for the most typical strat of pulling 2 popcorn balls and then doing a spin to get rid of both of them at the same time.
Yeah, it's a little more efficient than doing them one by one. It's annoying, but it's not as annoying as doing not as annoying as having to do the pause menu strats. Bug net. And of course those fire rod strats as well on the second phase make this pretty trivial. And both runners have now done a full clear of Swamp Palace. They are on their way to wherever their next adventure is.
All right, prieR gonna get that sword. Final sword of this seed.
And a nice decision here, maybe from Flipheal to get the big red bomb. Gonna be very interesting if this turns out to be anything important. You know, prieR is going into Ice Palace, so. Oh no!
Oh,
Almost got it on the transition there. It was just a little too slow, I think, for Flipheal. Now he's got to go back and do it again if he wants to do this. It's such a tough trick because you have to basically be quick enough to get that transition to keep the bomb, but yeah, if you mess it up, it costs a lot
it's a
of
lot
time.
of screens back.
Yeah. It's one of those situations where it feels like, you know, if you knew you were going to make a mistake on the first try with that, you probably just don't do it. But you never know. And like, he was so close to being able to get it too. I think this time he's just going to go ahead and just take it over the normal way. Book and 20.
All right, so we don't need the book for desert access since we have the other methods. That can be useful if something, Ice Rod, is on the tablets.
Absolutely. We're gonna see Mushroom turn in here, so. Oh wait, no, he's gonna go do. Oh, he is gonna turn to Mushroom. I think he's just setting up. Maybe setting up Catfish as well, just to make sure that check is completed. Gonna stop off for a little top off of the old potion.
You just get a drink for the road just in case. You never know when you might be in a situation that you will need that either health or magic refill later on. Say your Trinex goes badly or something.
Going to sink and coming on out.
I'm gonna activate Flute and then probably follow that a few places. Loving this divergence.
It's always really nice when you get some divergence like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh.
Just put the Cane of Samaria into the Ice Palace where it's generally useful.
Yes.
Although this is a little on the deep side for it, maybe.
Yeah, pretty deep in that dungeon in Iced Tea. Means that our runners are not going to be able to do Icebreaker. even if they want to, because you need that king to get over there and do it. Oh, big divergence. Flipheal's going Meyer. It is Ether. Okay. That's good news for prieR. Flipheal just has to make the trip over to Sahasrara at some point to get that. Oh, here we go. Gonna put him in the corner. Oh, can't quite keep him in there, but that was a pretty good start from prieR. And a very nice cold stare fight.
I still call that pretty clean.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty clean. It's not the supremely most optimal, super awesome way to do it, where you just keep him in the corner the whole time, but it's still very, very good fight. And I guess boots were required for Desert Palace.
This is just a super boots required seed with that.
Oh yes.
Alright, prieR popping back into Thieves' Town to finish that off and get the crystal. Flipheal trying to go for some Fire Rod strats on those Landmolas, getting one of them down with it, switching mostly to Sword, but gonna have the Hammer as the item active for backup to get the rest of it down.
And nice fight there from Flipheal. Meanwhile, prieR's going to the back here. Looks like probably we'll get to see what's in that chest as well. And now we have the hammer.
Thought Flipheal was gonna go check a checkerboard cave or something, but no, hadn't done the other side of desert, and looks like there's something over there. So heading back inside to finish that off. Alright, just the one chest, I guess. Now for checkerboard cave, because Flipheal still got a few items to find. We know where Samaria is, but a bow and Ice Rod are still MIA right now. And he also doesn't know where Ether Medallion is, but we, the viewers, the chatters, the commentators, the tracker, know. Also, man, no lamp yet. I really wonder where that's hiding out. Flipheal immediately taking that book and doing a first check on a tablet here. Unfortunately, not the ice rod we're looking for. And I suppose now going over to Ice Palace to get that clear done, since that's fully available? Yeah, doing the same thing that prieR did, picking up that final sword on the island and then popping over to Ice Palace. Gonna get that Cane of Samaria here very shortly, as prieR heads up into Dark Mountain to get a lot of treasure chests, including the silver arrows that we can't use yet. Since this is Tournament Hard, the arrows and the bow are two separate items, they're not progressive.
Yeah, seeing Flip go through and kind of do what prieR was doing there a moment ago. Let's see what's still left up here on the mountain.
Right, seeing here shortly if we're going to need to do a...
No.
Oh, no.
Well, that's convenient for prieR. Unless the only downside, I mean, convenient for both of them, I think, because they both have Quake. The only downside for Flip would be if Green Pendant is like your go mode item at this point. So you would still need the Ether to be able to get that. Oh, Hookshot Cave, tiny shield, Bloomer. Oh no, heart container. Oh, is this anything? Yay, lamp. There we go. Logic has been restored.
Peace reigns throughout Hyrule. Sort of.
Just ignore the large beast that has taken over the Dark World. Just everything's fine. We're in Logic.
Alright. Risking the early TR play here, hoping for that, ice rod that loves to be on the laser bridge. But it is pretty item dense, and we're up here anyway, so why not?
It's as good a reason as any.
It's not like we got any other... I mean, this isn't fully clearable, but it is quite dense. Our other one dungeon left to clear, Palace of Darkness, also isn't clearable because we still don't have a bow.
Yeah, so we're still looking for that ice rod. Yeah, still looking for that bow.
We're getting bullied there a little bit by enemies jumping around and the statue shooting the fireballs.
Mm-hmm.
They head over to the Mimic Cave area on the outside. Not the blue item we're looking for. Fairy!
All
Was
right.
just in the wall, not coming down. Flipheal's checking the other tablet. Oh, there's Bombos. We don't need that.
Not really useful right now, especially after you've cleared Ice Palace.
And also diving into Hera for the couple of quick checks there. See if it's anything worth. As it is a pendant dungeon, so we don't need to finish it. Very clean Hera pot clip there.
Absolutely. Very nicely done. And nicely done. But yeah, that's going to be that's a big in there for Flipheal. Finding Ice Rod on Moldor. Oh. It's a great question if prieR is going to make that check right away or not. But the nice thing too for Flipheal is this is immediately can go over and just clear Turtle Rock out. Doesn't have to double dip. Yeah, this is definite advantage for Flipheal at this point.
Oh, I see an ice rob was found.
Yep, it was on Moldorm. So
All
Flipheal,
right.
yeah, Flipheal made the play, and the quick check turned out to be substantial. Still do need a bow, but he's going to be able to clear Turtle Rock in one go here versus prieR having to double dip.
You know, it's just gotta feel a little dirty when a non-green pendant dungeon is required for clearing to get one item, and we're still looking for a bow.
It's kind of weird that that's our last item that we're looking for.
Yeah, the best, you know, the nicest option would be that bow, you know, sitting on the actual designated path of the seed here and not in, you know, another pendant dungeon or hiding somewhere kind of silly. But you never know. It is really an odd item to be like the final thing that we're looking for. Though Flipheal is still looking for Ether Medallion as well.
It's gonna get a quick clear here with the fire rod, not even really having to use the sword. Nicely done there from prieR.
Yeah, I blinked and I didn't even see the land molas. Wow.
Checkerboard cave. What do we got here? Kind of Guinness cave as well. I don't think we've seen this check. Interesting.
Yeah, no Flipheal checked Checkerboard Cave. Actually, I think he did. They did also do a Guinness Cave. I think I remember it being nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing, so not worthwhile. And prieR's going. Looks like over to pod. Flipheal gonna go all the way back. Probably check Laser Bridge, then go do Trinex. And it'll be crystal number 6, just pod to go. But the problem is don't have that bow. So you gotta hope you come across one here soon.
Of course, that small key which is the only thing we needed from there, is going to be in that last chest. Having to go all the way down there.
Very convenient.
A beautiful item dash strat there to get past the flipper blocks. As Flipheal readies up for Trinex.
Nice job there on the getting that early kill on one of the heads, and now gets the other one. Nicely done. And now this should be a pretty simple second phase. There we go. Flipheal. Crystal number 6. Magic powder for prieR is not. Here's an item on Trinex, but it's not the bow.
Every chest I'm just like waiting to see if it happens or not in Palace of Darkness here. Alright, that's gonna officially make a double dip situation for prieR in Palace of Darkness.
You just got silvers. Which is funny. We get silvers before we have the bow to use them.
That's the funny thing about this mode, with them being split like that.
Yep.
Reminds me of the old days.
Yeah, it should mean that the Ganon fight as well will be pretty won't be too much fuss for either runner.
Oh no,
Not that it would have been anyways, but you know, tempered silver fight is pretty quick and simple. So a whole lot of checks right now, just back and forth. Runners are trying to find that bow.
Flipheal also making that Palace of Darkness area play. We'll see if they mirror in front of Sosralis Shashtara's house or not to go back there, or kind of save that
Yep.
for later.
No, he's going to Sarsaparilla.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Yep, good.
Bombs.
Good planning.
Yeah, bombs just for magic bat there, so that is not the answer. Here's ether, which actually may end up being important because we may have to poke into Mire to try and find that bow. We're basically at the point now, with regard to the bow, the runner knows where it is because the runner knows where it isn't. So
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. Just trying to even think where we could go. Spike Cave is a possibility. We know we've been in Ice Palace. Both runners are cleared ice. We know it's not in Pod. We know it's not in Turtle Rock. It could be. It wouldn't be back. It wouldn't be on Arbos Nights. So it's gotta be. It's gotta be Mire. That's like the logical. That's the logical place. I would think it is.
At this point.
I think we will see prieR get the ice rod here shortly because he's kind of being railroaded into trekking Hera. Just hasn't done that yet. This is just kind of the long wait at this point for someone to make a move and check something we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, Flipheal. Same situation as prieR, finding out nothing in Palace of Darkness. It's also going to do Eastern now, because it didn't do that before. Fortunately, not going to find anything in this front area of Eastern now. While prieR is making that Tower of Hera climb. Wow, okay. Going to find that ice rod. And then, honestly, probably dip right into Turtle Rock, because it's there, it's clearable, it's a lot of checks. Same thing that probably Flipheal thought. So as we are about a little over an hour into this race, we are looking for the bow, and that is pretty much it to decide, you know, where we're going to go next, and which of the runners here is going to do a win and in situation here. Whoever wins this race is in brackets. The other person goes, you know, proverbially home. I would hope they're already home playing this, you know.
They have to leave the McDonald's that they're playing this from.
You've had enough free coffees. Time for you to go.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We appreciate your patronage and using our internet, but
give both of these runners a follow if you have not already. They've been putting on quite the show for us today in Link to the Past Randomizer during this race.
yeah, these are prieR and Flipheal are two very, very solid runners. So it's kind of sad, you know. That's the way of the nature of these tournaments. Is a lot of times there's really good runners, and especially when you get to this group stage, you've already kind of filtered out everyone who's in qualifiers and all that. So now we're kind of filtering that filtered group even more. And there's definitely some people who are, you know, going home here who are very solid runners who could absolutely get into the group stages, but the seeds are the seeds, and you know it doesn't take a whole lot to when you with this level of competition. It doesn't take a whole lot to win or lose.
Oh yeah, every group is strong, every group is dangerous, and every player in this top 128 is amazing.
Yeah. Like I mean, like out of this group, like Thelane is not going to make it to brackets here. That's just, you know, that just tells you how strong this group and all of these groups are. Where there's top runners from past tournaments, there's top runners from other events that we've had, and they're just for what, you know, just the way that things shook out, they're just not going to make it to bracket knockouts. And Flipheal got the cape, so
right at the last minute,
yep.
every time. Nothing.
Yeah, Death Warp back, but yeah, that was twas not the answer.
Has to be meyer at this point.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all that's left is to go to meyer. Go to meyer, get it, and get out. The only worst case scenario I think at this point would be now. I don't think Flipheal's done Magic Bat, so I think Flipheal's going to go do Magic Bat. We know it's not. We know it's not because we've seen prieR do it. But at this point, the big thing is being able to get into meyer. And prieR is actually making up quite a bit of time on Flipheal here. Let's get some safeties.
One at the restaurant, and one to go on the road.
It should be a flute to 6, I think. Yep. That's the meyer play. So I think for our runners, worst case right now is its green pendant turn is the bow, just because of how deep that is. It's a full clear to get to that, and we will see these runners go ahead and just clear everything out here. prieR's got a few more checks to do, I believe, on top of the mountain, so we'll be a little bit behind Flipheal here. And prieR is now going into mire as well. So both runners going to be in mire looking for that bow.
Oh, this is deep.
Very deep. This is deeper than the Link to the Past lore. Oh boy. I'm going big dive here.
Alright, prieR waiting for Shaky Shaky cutscene chest. Flipheal fighting Vitreous. What is it? Oh, compass on the boss.
Oh boy.
Oh, and blue rupees there.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
It's green. It's a green pendant
Has
turn-in,
to be.
isn't it? Oh boy.
It has to be. There's nothing else left.
Yeah, the deepest and worst option. Oh boy. Yep. Flip's going to do it now. I think Flip may have still have the portal there, so that if it is pendant turn-in, maybe just might be able to march right in and do this for Alice. Yay!
There it is! About
There we
120, 123.45. Flipheal is in go mode.
Go mode. And in that case, it is go back to Portal 5 and just go beat Desert Palace now. The Palace of Darkness. Other, not DP, it's PD. That is... Boy, that's a mean bow placement.
Honestly, it's a mean bow placement. It was a mean ice rod placement.
Yep.
There's two of them.
Yep.
Could have very easily, I think, been kind of, I guess, in a way, railroaded into either one being your last grab.
prieR's got that green pendant.
Also go right back and turn that in right away. You know, with those silvers that we found before our bow, that Helmosaur is gonna be very easy. Just one and done. Alright, and yeah, it's that time. Let's see how deep in to Ganon's tower that big key is gonna be today. Are we feeling nice or are we feeling mean? What do you think?
I think we're feeling mean. I think it's probably going to be pretty deep. I'll go 20 because this seed has been nothing but cruel. So
Alright, I'm
Why not?
I'll stick with my usual of 18, so kind of rude, but not horrible. Not one of those last checks before tile room. $25, key not found.
Oh boy.
Just, you know, just to top it off, somehow the seed creation just had a you know, cosmic ray hit it a bit flipped and there's no key in this seed.
Affected a bit. A lone bit. And in we go. Nope. It's not on the right side right at the start, so mirror back to the beginning. 3. And we're not looking for it. There. Nothing yet.
Oh,
7
the
deep.
treasury today. There's just rupees in there.
Yep. Alright, double firebar room. Not it today. I did see it there. Not too long ago. I was very surprised. It's almost never there.
Yeah, I had one recently where it was actually on the torch, and I think the runner went there first. That was pretty impressive. I was like, oh, okay, we're just gonna have it right there. Just need to get a couple small keys and yeet.
So here comes 10, 11, 12, and 13.
In the lovely rando room.
Yes, indeed. Of course, you may have also noticed we have changed music. We're running on Flipheal's side now. And Flipheal is running. There it is.
Ooh,
Number 10.
number 10.
But yeah, Flipheal is running the FF Remakes music. So that's why you hear Dancing Mad. And a little bit of One Winged Angel. Oh, wait, no. This is still Dancing Man.
Yeah, Dancing Mad's quite the long song with many parts to it.
It is. It's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, between that and the opera song, Final Fantasy VI is one of my favorite soundtracks of Final Fantasy games. Gauntlet going very smoothly for Flipheal.
Yes,
Probably
indeed.
gonna take a, I saw the powder sitting there a second. Probably gonna take that powder in the next room here on the anti-fairy. Maybe? Nope, okay,
Nope,
setting
gonna
up for
skip
the
it.
Lammo fight instead. Because I know if you do pause there, your Lammo cycle gets a little wonky, and you can't just 1, 2, 3 them like that. There's always opportunities later up the tower to get your hearts back.
And we are on our way to the most satisfying room in the game, part 1. And we're out of it. Across the bridge to the most satisfying room in the game, part 2.
I'm satisfied. Are you satisfied?
I'm satisfied. That was very satisfying.
That's
Yeah,
like, you know, you just went to your favorite cheap Chinese buffet and ate one of everything satisfied.
Yes. But yeah, prieR is definitely a little bit behind at this point. Still trying to get to that key.
Yeah, going a different
full
route,
right,
going on the right side here.
It's kind of, unfortunately, we know that it's got to be a left side play here. This Flipheal is finishing Gauntlet. Just gotta do the Landmo fight here. That's Landmo, Moldorm.
That's a Moldorm.
Yeah.
There's only one of them, it's a Moldorm.
Right. That's
if there's
right.
3 of them, it's a Landmo.
I was thinking Landmo for some reason, but yeah.
I mean, they're both snakes, just that one's bigger and there's only one, and it has eyes, and the other one is 3 and they're small, they look like noodles.
Yes. Yeah, one wiggles around a bit more and bounces you. But yeah, it's time for math with Agahim.
Geometry Professor Aghanim.
Advanced Geometry and Basic Edition. 2, 2. This could be a triple double. Oh yeah, it's gonna be the triple double. 2, 2, 2. And now Flipheal has but one fight left. Is Ganon.
Is triple double Flipheal's burger order?
Might be.
That just sounds like the name of some sort of burger, like, setup.
Like some burger that you get from Five Guys or In-N-Out or something. A little bit of Labyrinth tonight for our Ganon quote. For you Bowie fans out there. And very nice first phase. Gonna be looks like a very nice second phase as well from Flipheal.
Just bullying him like that.
Oh yeah. On to phase 3. Getting the whoops. Oh, he's being pretty good, pretty compliant. Oh, no, he's not playing nice. Oh,
Oh, you did it.
He was playing nice for a moment, and he's like, no. All right,
or just that one. Okay, I forgive you.
And doesn't need to do torch glitch here because be careful. Just careful. And he gets almost gets the triple.
Almost.
This should do it though. Yep, there we go. So prepare your GG's chat here for Flipheal. Just has to go across the bridge and hit that button to finish officially. And Flipheal's about to be in a very good spot. There we go. GG's in chat, everybody, for Flipheal with an official race time.gg time of 1:36.48. That will move Flipheal to the bracket stage as the Group Z #1 seed. Will be tied with Magna Hands, but has the tiebreaker. So that is your Group C advanced Cs will be Flipheal as the 1 seed and Magnet Hands as the 2 seed, which unfortunately means prieR will not be advancing, but is going to get a chance to finish things out if they so choose, which is totally okay. And let's not forget to cheer them on. We'll get everybody in here just a moment as things finish up, but yeah, prieR is still working to get through Gauntlet here.
Little bullied by the Moldorm there, getting knocked down.
Yeah, it's just kind of like when you've already know that the race is pretty much is over as far as like wins and losses. That just kind of is like a little bit more of a kick in the face. It's just like, hey, you're already behind. Moldorm's going to be like, okay, I'm gonna shove you off the edge.
Yeah, and that's the point right there when prieR decided, nah, this is good.
Yeah. Just like, I'm good. Alright, so we'll gather everybody in here. Get those GG's in chat, everybody, for both Flipheal and prieR.
Looks like we are joined by Flipheal. I think prieR might be heading over to the French Restreams interview, judging from the race room chat. Flipheal, GG.
GG's. Whew. What a bow.
What a bow.
Yeah, that was
what a nice rod.
That was a pretty tricky seed. How you feeling?
Oh, feeling great after it's over, obviously, but yeah, I was sweating it, right? Like that seed's pretty much a full clear based on how bad the bow and the ice rod was. The ice rod didn't feel too bad because you probably like do it on your first trip on the mountain, but yeah, I don't know. Between messing up the bomb dupe and a couple other slow things here and there, like maybe he decided to rush Myers sooner or something, and then hammer pegs and Myers cutscene chest was looming. So it was stressful up until the end.
Yeah, I don't really blame you. There's some interesting item placements that weren't necessarily obvious. So, just trying to think here as far as big item finds, other than the decision to kind of hold off there on going to Meyer. Was that just kind of a play where you were like thinking, okay, I want to go to Meyer last. I'm just going to leave this as the last option, so I don't have to dive it if I don't need to.
It was tough. I mean, so hammer pegs, I basically said was dead forever because I figure he doesn't. I figured you'd clear it in one trip like I did, but I wasn't sure. So like if there's a world where you wait till you have hammer to do the back, then I'm like, I'm not worrying about it. So after I cleared Pod Eastern, all I really had was the fetch quest from Pod, Spikes, and then Meyer behind Ether. So the two checks out of Pod weren't in Bowlock, so I was like, we'll check this and then just be safe. But I was obviously worried about the Ether, but whatever.
I think you ended up doing a really good kind of path there, grabbing, taking that little pit stop to grab Strashrala's closet and get that ether before your first pod dip, versus going through early just from how that seed started out, and then also your earlier than prieR's Tower Hera dip all the way through to get that ice rod, a while before they did. Even though Turtle Rock wasn't able to, pan out completely nicely, it would have been great if the bow was inside there instead of being the literal last possible check in Misery Mire by way of the green pendant.
Oh, that's interesting. I was first to Ice Rod. Did they also at least did they dip ice getting Samaria before Mountain? Because I wasn't sure. Mountain was pretty appealing there with the density. So I felt pretty good about Samaria, but it's also a crystal dungeon, so
prieR prieR ended up doing a double on Turtle Rock because they didn't go to Hera first.
okay,
So,
yeah.
So they had Samaria when they went into the Turtle Rock, and they went in Turtle Rock before you did, but they weren't able to clear it in one go.
Yeah, that worked out really nice, right? Because then I could just rush Turtle Rock, hoping it was the answer, and then after that, I could just clean up all the rest of the overworld checks there.
Yeah, it's one of those little things that just kind of works out in the end, and sometimes it is just a little bit of luck and how you come across items, how you find them. So it's also worth noting the win here, Flipheal, gives you the overall group win. You're a number 1 seed coming out of groups for the brackets. How you feeling? You think you can make a pretty good run here? Maybe even win the whole thing?
Win the whole thing? I doubt it. We could maybe get lucky, but I'm honestly just glad to make it again. Last year I had a really, really tough group. I had the eventual tournament winner in there, and Structural Mike, who's really shown he's a great runner. So it just feels really good to get back in the brackets after last year. And then, I started 3-0, so I was like, okay, cool, just one more win and we pretty much secure it. And then, I lost the one by a minute, and then I lost yesterday's by like 9 seconds. So I was like,
So
oh, please don't get sniped again.
Those are the tough ones. When it's like that, when you basically are like, oh, it's really close, I got a shot at this, and then you're about to dot done, or you've beaten Ganon and you're just waiting to dot done to hit that button, and you see your opponent's time flash across the screen. You're just like, oh man.
Yeah, it's like you second guess all like the small checks or mistakes at the end, but yeah, it's like I said, it feels great. So celebrate a little bit and see what the rest of the top 64 turns into at the end of this.
I think so. Yeah. Still got a couple matches this weekend to sort through, and then we'll have brackets and all that sorted out. So obviously from this group, Flip, you're going through, and Magnet Hands is also going through. So it should be really interesting to see how everything shakes out.
Yeah, I'm personally definitely looking forward to the bracket matches from here on out. Just strong players all the way up.
Yeah, I heard there's like something like 7 matches or 8 matches today that had play all top 64 implications. So there's a lot of exciting matches going on today.
Absolutely, and we'll probably toward the end here, we'll probably recap some of those just to kind of give you all a heads up on what's being restreamed here and whatnot here. I know we've got more streams coming up later this afternoon, so into this evening as well. So we got a couple more coming up here on SG2. Yeah, anything that you wanted to add, Flip, before we moved on to that?
I guess just that it was pretty funny seeing my text for my final race with my lovely typo, but we're almost shieldless, almost. And then yeah, obviously thanks everyone for the comms, the restream, the tracking. It's really nice to put on a show and have you guys do that. And also thanks to the SpeedGaming Française, because they also put one on. So
Oh, absolutely.
Wasn't expecting to. So yeah, I much appreciated everybody everywhere.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, definitely thanks to SpeedGame France, our French SpeedGaming. I just say French SpeedGaming channel because I'm gonna mispronounce it anyways. But yeah, they did the French restream here. I think prieR's over there doing commentary. I believe I saw in the chat you guys decided to split it up. So don't know if we'll get prieR here, but if you're interested and you wanna listen to prieR, be sure to check out that channel as well because they'll have their side of things.
Yeah, follow all of the SpeedGaming channels. Follow the other language SpeedGaming channels if you understand those. If you don't understand them, because they're really interesting to listen to. And of course, follow our runners, both prieR and Flipheal, always giving on a good show.
Absolutely, and of course,
thank you very much, Neon Tiger, for joining me on commentary, and then our tracker, Pichu Tenyu, today for keeping us honest.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Pichu. Much appreciated. Can never do this without our wonderful trackers. Very quickly to mention, when is the next race that's being restreamed? It'll be at 8:10 p.m. Eastern on this channel. So if you come back in about 3 hours or so, you'll get TJ Maelstrom versus F. Coughlin will be the match, and then that will go right into another win and in match between Breadcoon and Incoherent, I believe. That also has some bracket implications. So yeah, lots of bracket, and that's just for today. We got matches tomorrow too that we're gonna have to broadcast as well. A lot of big important matches tomorrow too. So be sure to keep an eye on the schedules and all that. And the easiest way to do it is just to follow SpeedGaming 2 through 6, the SpeedGaming language channels as well. for our restreams in different languages that we have. But that's about it, I think.
Thanks again for our racers for having us a good show today, and we will see you all on the next race here.
Absolutely. Remember, somebody out there loves you, and we love you too. Take care of yourselves this wonderful Saturday afternoon, or whenever you're watching this. If you're watching a VOD, hope you're doing well. Catch you later. Have a good time. See you next time. Bye.